All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So Aaron Rodgers just wrapped up his Pat McAfee interview and talked, of course, right, a lot about the Robert Saleh firing and whatnot. And one thing I really liked was, how he talked about like the personal side of it, Robert's family and everything. But one thing that definitely stood out when talking about Jeff Ulbrich and potential changes that need to happen, accountability was used. The word accountability was used a lot from Aaron. Talking about players having to, deal with accountability. But one interesting point was the fact that it sounded like Aaron was open towards change, not necessarily, and, he actually said, I'm not really expecting any sort of, fire sale sorts of changes, but he would be open for change. And it kind of opens up the door for, conversations. Okay, who's going to be calling the plays? Could Nathaniel Hackett somehow get a demotion, or, maybe keep the same title, but play calling duties get passed to Todd Downing? It's not anything, super crazy. We've seen this over and over and over, right? Play calling duties get passed, and not just on offense, right? On defense as well. Not the most insane thing out there. And I gotta say, I'm all for a potential change here. I think if the team is 2-3 right now with first place on the line this upcoming Monday against the Buffalo Bills, and Woody Johnson feels confident enough in firing Robert Saleh, firing the head coach of the team, and replacing him with Jeff Ulbrich, I think that confidence level should still be there in regards to changing the offensive play caller. I think that's totally 100% realistic and fair. Now, it's Ulbrich's decision. I think Tyson from Let's Talk Jets Radio made a great point yesterday when he said, if he was Jeff Ulbrich, what is the first order of business? I'm sitting everybody down. I'm sitting the veterans down. I'm sitting the coaches down individually, right? One-on-one, and really trying to get to the bottom of what's going on. What would you do, right, to fix it? What would Todd Downing do, right? Bring Keith Carter in. Hey man, what's going on? What exactly are the struggles? What exactly are the things that you would do if you were in charge, right? Figure out all of these, details, gather all the data possible, and then from that point, make a decision. Here's the thing though, today's Wednesday, game is on Monday. So, for me at least, I want this this is a huge game against the Buffalo Bills, and the Buffalo Bills are going to be ready for the New York Jets. I don't want to be, and it sucks, right? Because, you feel for Jeff Ulbrich because he's kind of having to do this all on the fly, and he was the team's defensive coordinator. So he has, massive, and is the defensive play caller. He already has massive responsibilities in trying to slow down the Buffalo Bills offense, which is top 10 in so many different areas. Red zone, fourth downs, points, touchdowns. They don't turn the ball over, right? This Bills offense is pretty damn good so far. So he has all of those responsibilities on his plate, and there's just a lot that comes with being an interim head coach, where the organization makes a bold decision and gives you this promotion. I'm sure Ulbrich is fired up and is excited because he has 12 games to work with. It's not just a 3-game stretch or a 4-game stretch where it's just like, all right, go just roll out there and whatever, see how it is, and we're going to move on at the end of the season. No, Ulbrich has an opportunity to become the team's permanent head coach moving forward. We saw that exact situation with Antonio Pierce with the Vegas Raiders a year ago. But we'll see, right? We'll see if Ulbrich makes any sort of changes here. I got to say, I'm with Aaron. I'm open for this team to make a change, right? If news comes out like in pregame warmups, Todd Downing is going to be calling plays, and the Jets decided this, on Tuesday, Wednesday, I think that's going to be really positive. The one thing that I do not want to see from Ulbrich is the status quo, right? Because they didn't fire any offensive coaches. They didn't move on from any offensive coaches. They moved on from Saleh, the head coach. There's a lot of fans out there that are saying, okay, you're firing, your defensive-minded head coach, and the defense isn't really the problem of this football team. It's more so the offense and leadership and discipline and accountability, right? Things of that nature. If we go out there and we just see the same issues, and I'm not expecting every little area to be 100% fixed. I think that would just be, maybe naive on my part, because, Ulbrich was named head coach yesterday, right? Tuesday. So he doesn't even have a full week to prepare. Granted, we get that extra day because the game is on Monday, but you know, it's going to be tough, right? We're going to clean up all the turnovers. We're going to clean up all the pass blocking issues. We're going to clean up the run blocking issues. We're going to focus in on all these negative parts, and we're just going to expect a fantastic performance all across the board against a well-coached team, the Bills. I just don't necessarily see that. I think we will improve, though. I think Ulbrich is going to have an opportunity to jumpstart this football team, and that's what I am expecting. That's what I want to see. I don't want to live in the negatives too much here because this move was just made and we haven't even seen a game here. I just don't want to see more of the same, right? If we're watching the Jets Bills game Monday night and there are delay of games and we're having to waste 2 timeouts in the third quarter, or we're the guys are running wide open, but there's just an errant throw because the pass blocking is horrible, or Aaron just makes a not so good decision, whatever the case is, right? There's just mistakes riddled throughout the game, a slow start. I think that's going to be a really big indication on where things are at. One of the things about the Saleh regime is the slow starts. From the time he took over as head coach of the Jets until last week, slow starts were just always there. They were always there every single year. Will the Jets start slow against the Bills? I mean, you're at such a disadvantage, right? You're playing catch up all game. You can't really establish a running game if you're down 3 scores in the first half. It's just tough to do that. You kind of, I don't want to say you become fully one-dimensional, but it really puts the defense at an advantage. It puts the opposing pass rushers at an advantage here. So anyway, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it. And as always, go Jets.